when that happens.
A little bit of a change in philosophy here from G2 Esports as well. We saw last time they said, okay, deny Ning the Xin Zhao pick. Give that over to Jankos. We'll see what he can do on that. This time around, they're saying, all right, we're not going with the denial plan. Instead, we're putting Jankos on the Gragas, his most played champion so far at Worlds. We want our guy to be comfortable instead and see if he can start facilitating things that way.
But it is very tough because we saw in game number 1, to no fault of Jankos, Ning was always in his face taking away his camps because the solo lanes were losing. So if your solo laners are getting pushed in, are getting bullied, then you don't have even an opportunity oftentimes to challenge for those camps.
And when it comes to the agency of the melee carries who need some time against the ranged assassins, they both need time to get going. So the only person who really can have a playstyle change, you'd think, has to be the jungle. How will Jankos approach it? Seems to me to be the biggest tipping point, because otherwise, farming in the bot lane, heavily expected. To me, the only independent variable, if we're applying the scientific formula, kind of has to be the Gragas to change the tune of game number 2.
Well, as we load onto Summoner's Rift for the second time today, the name of the game is Momentum for Invictus Gaming. Carry on after that incredible performance in game number 1, and for G2, it's all about the mental reset. Game number 1 didn't matter. Wash that one away from your mind. Come out onto Summoner's Rift strong and ready to go for this one to tie this series up. IG once again going to be playing from the blue side. G2 on the red as they head out, fanning out towards the river.
Let's see how IG and G2 focus on this early game. One thing I do note is that G2 have a summoner heal. There's no summoner heal on the side of IG. Ezreal happy to take teleport. Usually you'll see an unsealed spellbook support with heal, but in this case it's Aftershock Ignite. So maybe there's a window for G2 to actually play through bot side and actually get something going in that lane.
Jackie Love is also a player who is known for some incredibly aggressive tendencies. On a champion like Ezreal, it doesn't seem to quite fit as much as it does with a champion like Lucian. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on how well he performs, especially considering he's also got to deal with the fact that Wadid can devour people to safety.
Worth noting that Jackie Love kind of has to peel for himself and everyone else diving straight into the backline. So kind of has that thankless task of getting something done on his 4th string AD carry after 3 target bans. At least safety and the chance to self-peel is available with the Ezreal.
And you will say that though, you know, especially in North America, we often see Ezreal picked to kind of lose lane gracefully, to play defensively. Some of these AD carries can play it so exceptionally well. And I have to feel like, you know, for an Iceborne game, this is incredible. When you look at Jhin, when you look at, you know, Perks on the Aurelia, Wonder on the Aatrox, that's 3 physical damage dealers, and you'll be so strong on 2 items with that Iceborne that you could really look to turn it up and play aggressive.
I've been seeing these trades in the mid lane, right?
Yeah, turning it up, playing aggressive. Perks at level 1 says, hey, get out of my lane. This is not going to be like last time.
But to your point, because usually you see a lot of physical damage dealers and you say, oh boy, late game 1 damage type, that's going to be a problem. Do remember all squishies on the side of IG, so no one's going to be stacking resist and health. So the dance of the game just being decided by 35 minutes is not happening when it comes to scaling of physical damage.
Certainly won't be, but you will always have, you know, the efficiencies.
Sure.
You can grab the Ninja Heavies here, you can grab the Iceborne and get these little edges. So we'll see how G2 is going to be able to handle it. You know, Wonder coming off a rough game number 1, already being bullied pretty heavily by the Jace, and we'll see how much of this farm he can pick up, and also if Jankos wants to make a really early visit, because he is on the top side of the map. But he's so low.
Yeah, he's very low HP. That doesn't seem like the kind of
you can't.
threshold you'd want to walk into a Jace lane with.
One of the pathing choices from Jankos I spectated watching back the quarters is he often skips over blue buff for a long time when he plays the Gragas in particular. Not something Ning is scoped out, but if he just expected Jankos to return to his usual route, the blue buff's actually going to be free because they have mid lane pressure and the ability to pick it up.
And now this is actually a very risky decision here from Jankos. He already full cleared top, and he bought Predator Boots. He's going straight top, so he essentially has to make this gank work, otherwise he's going to fall way behind.
Perks going in onto Rookie here, but Talia is there. The seismic shot makes it happen in first blood.
Oh, he lives!
IG! Rookie lives through it. Ning making the choice to stay, and it pays off huge.
This is so big, though. You can see Ning is working his way up, but he pulls it off.
The Shy in some trouble. Predator Gragas coming around. The hammer to deny things. The Shy flattening himself backwards. Still going to be kept alive for now. Ning's making his way in. It's going to be seismic shove. It's damage coming down, but it's only going to be a kill. Over to G2 for now. Jankos having to flash away, trying to keep himself alive. Chain's not going to do it. Ning can't find the follow-up, and that's G2 making it 1-for-1 overall, while bottom side, 2v2 breaks out. Balon's taken very, very low. Wadid looking to find a couple more auto attacks. Needs that stun with that tongue, and there you go, Wadid takes him down.
That was so important at the end that they get a 2v2 kill against IG. The teleport back in. Ning is still here.
Seismic shove, gonna throw Jankos back. The damage continues coming out from the threaded volley, and Ning picks up a second for Invictus Gaming.
If they can dive Wonder here with no TP, no flash under his turret, doesn't look like they're gonna try, so he will be able to collect this gold, and getting that first blood, getting that kill rather onto him is so important for G2's chances. Jankos had to make that gank work. This was just such a risky path.
Man, there's so much to unpack already very early into this game. We'll talk about the mid lane first. This is Ning waiting in the brush. We already noted that Gragas wasn't going to be there for a counter gank. He was buying to get his Predator boots online. Perkz goes in. He sees a half-health LeBlanc, and he goes for the call of, well, if the jungler isn't here, a solo kill is super likely. The burst damage is critical. The health, I believe, is 32 on that final tick. The action goes top lane, but we still got bot lane action to get to later.
Yeah, I mean, the Shy here trying to turn this around, looking for the kill. Ning flashing in, does land the seismic shove, but then down on the bottom side, it's Baolan who does get aggressive, and G2 just turning around.
Just a straight laning mistake from Baolan. Remember, we said at the start, no heal on the Ezreal for any sort of all-in play. Tahm Kench Devour is available. This gets all-in by Wadid, ends up being a clear one. The summoner advantage helps. We thought a gank would be needed to get the 2v2 rolling. That's a 2v2 kill for the side of G2.
And this game is off to a pretty explosive start. 5 minutes in, 4 kills so far. IG looking for a chance to make something happen here onto Perkz. Seismic Shove gonna throw it back. Good job utilizing that W to keep himself alive for now. But he's still gonna be sent home.
Yeah, Wadid, right place, right time, as Shy taking a lot of damage there.
Shy constantly going aggressive in this matchup, trying to do what Rookie did to Perkz in game number 1, and always keep Wonder on that back foot.
But consider once again, you look at the CS numbers, they're indicative of the matchups we laid out. Jace greater than Aatrox early, LeBlanc greater than Aurelia early. Gragas already has to be in the right spot, and the Shy's has gone for an all-in.
Wonder's taken very low. Remember, he doesn't have a World Ender. He can't keep himself alive, and the Shy picks up the solo kill.
And you have to feel like Wonder needed to play it more defensively. He got the early kill. He could have perhaps tried to farm this out, tried to play it more passively. Instead, he's scrapping with the Shy, and the Shy makes him pay.
And it does feel like, oh, as in the mid lane, Perkz can take a lot of damage. No Ignite available to kill him off, but again, we saw Wonder and Perkz styling on RNG solo laners. Let Me certainly was a step off the pace. He wasn't going to be flexing Aurelia to the top side, so no surprises that Wonder could get advantages there. The Shy is such a different animal. It was so obvious they'd start him over Duke, and they're paying off the rewards also with his flexible carry champion pool in a carry versus carry matchup.
They really are, but now you have to give credit to G2 and their bottom lane. This point of power that has come from them, they get the 2v2 kill in a world where your solo lanes are struggling, where they are behind. You know, having this point of power in the bottom side is so critical for G2, and these two players have provided a lot of stability for the team.
First Drake on the table is also Infernal, so they can grab themselves that with some of the bottom side control. Could go a long way this time around as Perkz continues trying to trade with Rookie here. Ning making his way towards the mid lane yet again. Not going to go after Perkz just yet. Wadid also coming in from around the side to clear out some of that vision. Rookie continues going forward, and this LeBlanc has been a pretty important pick for both of these players so far. They both played it in their game 5s in the quarterfinals to get themselves the win. Perkz obviously popped off way harder on it in his game 5, but Rookie is no stranger to the champion.
Definitely not. And I do really like the buy here, though, from Perkz. He's actually going to go straight to a Wit's End, especially when Rookie is investing in the early flat spell penetration. This is going to negate all of that and more, so it really should help to give Perkz some stability in this laning phase and allow him to farm it out.
And one counterpoint you might say is, oh, but what about sending Jace mid lane? You don't want LeBlanc top lane, so that doesn't really work out in terms of lane assignments. And every time we see the Shy, we say, yep, keep him top lane, he's doing his job.
Yeah, everything's going pretty well for him up there as Rookie eats some damage there from Perkz for free. Not able to respond in time considering Perkz has those passive stacks up. That's not a fight you want to take in melee range as buffs are going to be coming up for the second time here. You can see Rookie moving over towards his blue, but Ning's not going for that just yet. Both junglers hanging around the top side of the map here. Ning knows something's going on. Jankos walking into the vision here from the side of Invictus Gaming. Moves up to try to take that down. Accelerated Shock Blast finds its way onto him, but they don't want to take any sort of a 2v2, knowing that Perks could immediately come up and turn the tides, and G2 will just bring that mid laner back to mid, as Woodid is still hovering around the area.
Yeah, I think Woodid has been doing a great job. The fact that they're not being bullied in the bottom lane this time around, that they're not under turret, has unlocked him, and he has made, 3-4 trips to this mid lane, helping to protect Perks, to clear out vision, to play some for him, and trying to keep him safe.
Speaking of being kept safe, Wonder is not doing a fantastic job of that, as he has to go home yet again. The Shy just decimating this match.
That's why I was surprised to see the Gragas. Gragas has kind of one all-in attempt with the Predator, and then the resting state is going to be scenarios like this, where Talia could be popping over at any moment, where the Jace is winning the 1v1 matchup so hard. Every gank Jankos shows up for kind of needs to come off, otherwise the resting pressure for the solo lanes in particular is off the charts for IG.
See G2 moving up here towards that control ward. Ning waiting nearby, seismic shove at the ready. Doesn't look like G2's going to stick around for this one. They smell that something's going on here. They are at least going to wait until Jankos makes his way down. Remember, it was a 3v3 bottom lane in game number 1 that G2 was able to turn around for themselves. We'll see if they can do it here again.
And Jankos has body slam flash as well as ult, so if he gets the engage,
he looked to go after it, but man, you hate to see it.
Yeah, he missed time the flash after the body slam. He did not get enough distance, so he doesn't actually connect with Jackie Love. It looks like there, and it's an easy shift away for Jackie Love with some really quick reactions.
It's one of those pressure moments where you know you need to make the play, find a winning lane, take over the bottom side of the map. Top side's already a bit of a struggle. Getting in your own head, those Spectres can actually be one of the greatest kind of things working against you. Woodid's actually going to get collapsed on here.
Woodid flashing over the wall just in time to keep himself safe from that collapse, but as you were talking about, when you're in a situation and you know every single gank has to count, every big cooldown has to matter, and you use the flash and the ultimate like that to get absolutely nothing, Jankos really putting himself in a bad spot on that one as Perks gets outplayed and danced around here in the mid lane by Rookie.
Nothing more literal about boxing with shadows than when you face a LeBlanc in the mid lane, but just trying to absorb that pressure as much as possible. Seeing the roam down here, Talia's on the way.
All right, bottom side, 3v3. Talia's gonna be in some trouble though. Nick dropped down to about half HP. Hjarnan having to run away now as well. Jackie Love gonna be brought down to about 200. Wookie making his way down into the fight. IG just trying to buy enough time for the mid laner to make that rotation. Nobody dies, but IG is very low.
Yeah, IG didn't realize that Jankos was still around. So, in goes Ning, but he immediately has to flash back out as the CC was landed on him, and it was so critical because Jankos hitting the body slam on Ning meant the seismic shove was not in time on Hjarnan.
It was fast thinking. There's stopwatch on Gragas and Tom Kench, so that this wasn't going to burst one person in time. Able to move away. It felt like IG had a win-win because they also had river control for LeBlanc to rotate first. So actually that's a point to the side of G2. There's some cooldowns are down, and they do absorb pressure that in the previous game was only turning into kills.
Now, speaking of G2 doing a better job than last game, they're having themselves a better early game, 2-3 in the kills, but look at the gold. It's still 1,500 going the way of IG, despite the fact that no turrets have been taken, and the name of the game is farm. Top lane, really big win up there for the Shy. Jungle's being out-farmed, mid lane's being out-farmed, bottom lane is even.
But the turrets aren't rolling down. Bot lane was isolated. We did was mid lane. We saw Jhin and Ezreal happily farming next to each other. That's already an improvement in game state for G2. There is once again, like we talked about in game 1, light at the end of the tunnel in terms of the split push with items. You see 18,400 gold in the game for G2. If we're at a similar kind of gold lead at 30,000 gold into the game, maybe 3,000 gold behind IG, the game state and the lane assignments available are a lot more favorable for G2.
Yeah, and while Perks is a little bit behind Rookie, last game he was 30-40 CS behind at 9 minutes. This is nowhere close to that, so certainly is hanging in there a lot better this time around.
Making these adaptations, working out so far for G2. And honestly, this team, man, remember, these guys were the 3rd seed from the EU LCS. They had to play through the play-ins. They got 4th place in the regular summer split in EU. They got 5th/6th in the playoffs because they went 0-3 to the Misfits. Then they had to win the gauntlet. They had to go through the play-ins. They have had one hell of a journey to get here so far, so I do not expect them to go down without a fight. Top side of the dive on the Wonder. World Ender comes out, but immediately going to be popped. Resurrection only brings him back with about 200 HP, and Rookie says, I'll get rid of that second life as well.
Yeah, there's no getting out of that one for Wonder in the 3v1, so easy kill, and it will be the first turret going the way of IG. And now it becomes a question about, can they continue to snowball this? Can they knock down the outers as they were in game 1? Or can G2 stabilize like they weren't able to do last time?
Definitely got a data point that says they can, but will they is the question that G2 will have a bit more agency about, because it's not 3 losing lanes. Bot lane has gone very comfortably. The Jhin and the Tahm Kench can be very flexible, roaming from, say, bot lane to mid lane. So we'll wait and see the assignments as aggressive teleport by the Shy to guarantee this Rift Herald and make some of those conditionals a bit more probable for the side of IG.
And this is the thing about IG as a team. Everything they get, I said it in game 1 and I'm reiterating it now, turns into more. They make sure that a kill doesn't just mean 300 gold in your pocket. It means structure down. It means Shelly down. It means the acceleration of this game.
It just means winning lanes. That's what winning lanes should turn into, is the next objective. You always have the onus to take it because the enemy is all walking back, is sacrificing while you're pillaging. And right now they're pillaging the Rift in a pretty big way. And we'll wait and see where that Rift Herald is actually plonked down.
And while Wunder should hit 10 here pretty soon, it always feels so bad to see that 2-level disadvantage, even if it is temporary, because it's not just the gold then. There's so many stats you are behind purely off of the experience differential.
Jankos walking into the enemy jungle, does face check Baolan, but there's not anything going to come of it. He has what did nearby, and Perkz had priority over the mid lane.
And G2 know there's no teleport on the Shy, so maybe an Infernal Drake play around their strong duo lane is one of the ways to actually get a trade. It hasn't been trades this game. It's been so far just IG taking the maximum in our first match. In this second match, there is the chance to actually get an Infernal setup.
And having your mid laner at half HP will put a little bit of rain on that parade as Jankos eats the unempowered Shock Blast, still loses a decent chunk of his HP on that one, as IG have decided, nope, you want the Infernal Drake, that's going to be ours too.
And that's why the Shy just walked right down, right? They bring down the Shy to mid lane, he pushes it up, he's not actually that far from getting back up to the top side because he had fully shoved in the wave before roaming down, and you know, IG are checking all the boxes here, certainly playing like a well-oiled machine, and they know they have the mechanics, they have the individual players to make these aggressive plays and to make these sorts of strategies really shine.
See what they can do bottom here as Jackie Love's going to be collapsed on by 3. Doesn't bother trying to spend any sort of a summoner spell to get out of that one. Knows he's dead. Defiant Dance from Perkz going to keep him alive through that damage there against Rookie, or at least protected against some of it, as G2 will continue to push bottom side.
That was a really excellent and innovative play there by G2. Yes, you bring your jungle in with the Abyssal Void is not a new mechanic, but if you consider every other lane, there's not enough items on Aatrox or Aurelia for the Gragas gank to win 2v2. So play further around bot lane. Actually get a turret this game, however, it's at the cost of the Rift Herald, forcing them to react.
All right, mid lane, it's Stasis from Jankos, keeping himself away from the seismic shove. Shelly's going to be pushing up on this tier 2 in the mid lane. Perkz goes in, trying to stop this from happening. Instead, he's going to be taken very low. Not quite killed, but he will find the kill with the Ignite onto Ning for the fadeaway as he walks off to the side. Also going to be a kill onto Rookie there as Wunder makes himself known in this game. IG finally going to be forced off.
That's a really big momentum because they get the bot lane turret through the minions as well. Wunder comes down, doesn't even have to flash, getting this secondary kill there. And for once, IG, whose hands have been way down into that cookie jar all series, get punished.
Yeah, and G2 are going to be able to, by the slimest margins, they still knock down that turret in the bot lane with the minions. Perkz gets out with almost no health, and that is something that the game can really turn around on, because you talked about it, Papa Smithy, if you hit that 30k gold mark and you're only about 3k behind, hey, it starts to look a lot brighter for G2. And off the back of that play, it's looking a lot closer. And we'll see this now in our Acer Predator replay as the stopwatch comes up huge.
So we're watching the start of this play, and it looked like just the 2 turrets going to go down for IG. But watch what happens here. Perkz, even though he's level 10, goes for an all-in. He hasn't got great items, but they get a kill. Speaking of kills, though.
Meanwhile, topside, it's Wunder and Jankos on the run. Wunder trying to keep himself alive here. Doesn't have the World Ender available, and the seismic shove will seal his fate.
That was looking like a casual 1v2 there from the Shy, as it's 2 G2 members running, and we'll see if we can watch that one once more. But the Shy, being this massive point of power on the top side, still is heavily up in experience, heavily up in gold, and trying to lock Wunder down in this lane.
And even with the Silver Linings, turret health in the mid lane, in the inner turret, is just as low as it was in game number 1 around this time. The Shy is flexing on the top side, justifying his ranking in the top 20 as one of our best top laners. Didn't see a lot of play in summer, but Spring the Shy's back, and just at the right time.
Certainly is, and we can see now, as we are going to get to watch this replay one more time, yeah, Jankos, look at that shock blast. Just all of his health is just gone. So then Shy says, all right, well, Wonder, you're going to stay. I'll take you too.
And that's the funny thing is, Jankos gets out and Wonder says, I'll get the CS and then get out. Nope, no free lunches at all. It is a 1v2 until Ning just wants to get a front row seat and say, oh, what's going on here? What's going on here is only good things for the side of IG.
One more auto attack from the Shy would have killed off Jankos there. Very, very dangerous situation for G2.
Yeah, and bad goes to worse as the Shy was sitting on over 3K gold. He just bought a full Duskblade now. So, you know, if he's doing that with one item, now he is on two, and things really start to look tough when you add in the Infernal Dragon as well. You can see that Ezreal is on that 2-item power spike now, did go for the Iceborne, and that's going to be so ridiculously effective against this G2 squad.
Jankos trying to make the cask happen, but again, he's not on the mark with these ultimates. Back in Champion Select, I mentioned how this champion has been his most played throughout the tournament, but it seems like the nerves are getting the better of him.
Oh,
Here
God.
in the semifinals, as the Shy will get the better of Wonder once again. World Ender going to be used, keeping Wonder alive. The Shy trying to disengage now, but instead,
Oh,
for the final round! This man is a monster, and Perks will be beaten down!
He actually kills him with the W AoE, but the damage was done earlier. Secondary member goes out. How many bad guys do you need to take down the Shy?
Mid lane, maybe Perks' lane king, but the top lane belongs to the Shy.
The Shy looks like he's playing a single-player game, and everybody on G2 are the monsters coming after him that he is just smashing down. Jackie Love nearly going to be killed in mid lane, instead getting himself away. Wadid has to flash and Devour to get Kieran out of there. Accelerated Shock Blast, not quite going to find the mark. But IG's top laner is just out of this world this game.
He is taking over this series. Game one, he gets counterpicked, he gets ahead. Game two, he gets the counterpick, and he is showing you how that's supposed to look. He is dominating Wonder in the top lane.
The Shy, the Korean prodigy top laner.
God.
People knew the previous Shy, who was famous on CJ, but the Shy came in as a streamer, was around WE, didn't play, but only started playing about a year ago as a replacement for Duke. His mechanical skill is his big story. The sidestep onto the ultimate there was flawless. He chases down the kill. And G2 solo laners, who were that big win condition we were looking to, are nothing compared to the Shy.
It's performances like that why people keep trying to play Jason in A. That is why that champion will always be seen as a possible carry, because you can do it like that if you are that damn good. And the Shy is, as Wonder, has no world ender and no way out. He's taken down, and G2 just seems to be rattled.
Yeah, it's a tough one for Wonder, as you know, he's getting picked on so heavily behind in the 1v1, and IG just keeps sending man after man after man to the top side, controlling the jungle, and
Yanko! There's the cast! That's what he's been looking for all game, and the dividends are going to be huge for G2. They've already found themselves two, but now can they get away? The Shy's come in, the cavalry has arrived, the accelerated shock blast finds its way onto two, but they won't be able to grab any kills just yet. Rookie goes over the wall.
Oh my God!
Down, credit over onto Wadid as the Shy grabs the kill into Perks here as well. IG has managed to grab themselves two. Balon goes in for the save and keeps Rookie alive from the shots. And IG strike right back.
It's a flying V diving the base. They're Alistair flashing into the bullet that would have killed onto the LeBlanc. They're able to go into the base a second game in a row, but it started so good for G2.
an incredible cast into a three-man body slam there for Jankos, and you think, well, why is the Shy TPing in? And this is why. Look at this shock blast damage onto Hjarnan. All his health just gone, and the man is just walking straight at them, walking into the base saying, yeah, sure, Perks, ult me. You can't come forward. You cannot challenge me at this point in the game.
We overheard the G2 comms in the Eyes on Wadid piece that was recently released, where they were talking about, hey, we beat the #1 team from China. That means we can beat the #2 team from China. But it doesn't seem that easy. Rookie goes on a rampage, kills off Jankos instantly. This team is up 7,000 gold. They're up 2 Drakes. They're up 4 turrets, and they're going to be up a second game in this series if this keeps on.
IG is just styling on them there. Rookie and the Shy have been monstrous for this team, and G2 have got to find a way to get back in this game, because it is 22 minutes. Baron is not even down, and they are getting sieged.
How do you even come back into the game at this point, though? You're practically waiting for a mistake. Your opponents are so far ahead on a LeBlanc. on a Jace, on these champions that if they're far enough ahead of your itemization power points, you just die instantly if you walk away from the turrets, and that's the reality that G2 live in.
I mean, honestly, the Shy and Rookie are these apex predators where it feels like a nature documentary every time they come in the screen. 1v1, 1v2, just listen.
G2
and you hear the results. They're going for the all-in.
G2 are making one last-ditch effort to make this game happen. Jackie Love off the side, gonna be in some trouble, taken down 1 versus 4 with Did, also gonna face the same fate as IG respond. It's 1 for 1. IG are all right with it, though. They lost their AD carry. They took down the enemy support. They've still got both those big solo laners online. Accelerated Shock Blast going to be sidestepped there. Jankos not the victim of that one. Push continuing here, the bottom side. Balan going in. There comes Seismic Shove. Jankos going to be taken very low. Shy goes unstoppable as the tier 3 turret will fall in the bottom lane. This is no Baron, by the way. They're just breaking into the base of their own will and strength. They will smash down inhibitor number 1. They're pushing further onto the Nexus. G2 doesn't even feel safe defending their Nexus turrets. Yarden opens up the firing range, but the Shy just runs him down. Get out of your own base, he says. This Jace is fearless, and IG continue.
The Shy's 3 levels up on everyone on the enemy team. He's a monster, a raid boss right here, and no one's taking him down.
They'll continue just constantly being forward. Hertz looks to make the dive, but Balan is right there to turn around. The Shy is dominating the Ignite, will not find the kill. Rookie's finally shut down there by Jankos. G2 continues to defend. They have 1 Nexus turret remaining and remaining at only 10% HP. So much damage from these IG carries, but they decide to fall back.
They are looking so ridiculously dominant, up 9,000 gold at this point. The base has been shattered. The Shy is on triple lethality items, and no one can stop this man. G2 are now hoping for a miracle.
That's what you need at this point. Going up against this guy, Death's Dance means that the burst won't be able to take him down either. He has the opportunity to stand there and leech it out. This is one of the scariest Jaces I've seen in a long time.
I think if you walk into this Death Stance Jace, it's going to be death for the 2 and life for the 1, because now he is in complete control of his fate in almost any scenario. Who needs wards when you're this far ahead on the Jace? And Jace is now a must-ban in game number 3.
I mean, it's such an impossible position for G2 to play from. If you get hit by 1 Shock Blast, it's back to base. If Rookie gets 1 RQ on you, back to base. And they have no vision. There's no member on this squad that is tanky enough to really absorb the damage from their team. And oh my god, 26,000 damage.
He's almost done more damage than the whole enemy team.
Take any 4 people on the side of G2, put them together, and they won't equal the Shy. Wonder has done the lowest damage in the game, lower than his own support. As now, the Baron will be taken. That's G2's final stand. It's a Baron up IG with a double kill onto their mid laner, pushing the base.
Have we ever had a game that's 11,000 gold and it's still 1v9 for the Shy?
The Shy could go 1v19 if the man wanted to right now. Somebody stop him. It won't be G2 though, because they have no possible way of fighting back. That's 1 auto attack.
He's 17!
That's 2 hits! Man, 2 hits! 3rd hit gonna come in now as Jackie Love makes sure that Perks finds himself a black and white screen as he watches his Nexus fall. IG will take us to game point, but they're gonna pad the stats here a little bit first. The Shy tries to get away. He'll finally be shut down. IG decide that's enough fooling around. Let's go for the Nexus now. Burning it down. 1, 2, 3, couple more hits will do it. G2 looking to make that last stand, but the minions say no, and that's 2-0 Invictus Gaming.
And no one will leave this game not knowing the name, the Shy. He has made his star on the world stage and cemented it. Again, 1v9 is usually your team struggling. His team is winning by 11,000.